Which policies should be implemented in order to fulfill your vision on big data or to mitigate the challenges that you mentioned?
One of the biggest challenges is the legal system and the fact that I don't want to blame it on the legal system, but that it's so complicated to even understand the terms of use of any service. So I think that's one area where we can make huge jumps if we're able to simplify, so that if I use a service, I understand in simple terms exactly what will happen with my data. And so I think that's one of the biggest challenges, and that includes also having reasonable restrictions on what can be done with data and what can't be done with data, to both protect consumers and give companies and governments the ability to leverage that data. So in some ways, having the framework that allows more trust between people, I think, is important. But in order to do that, you need to simplify communication so that people understand each other. And in this sense, when I say people, I'm talking about the different agents. That's companies, government, individuals, non-for-profits, and so on. So if it's so messy to communicate, it's like, imagine going to the market here in Barcelona, and instead of having a single euro currency, you have many different types of currency, and you don't even know what the value is. And people speak different languages. I mean, it's a miracle that it works in any way, right? Yeah. So maybe looking at economic models is one way, and trying to understand how those works and how those could apply to technical policies and technological policies.
Futurium platform is an online space created and used by the European Commission Digital Future Project, in which stakeholders like citizens, industry and academia can co-create and vote on policy ideas and futures in order to stimulate reflection on future policies. And scientists like you can present the review in comprehensible ways in order to sensibilize the European Commission, the policymakers, on the topics which matter to you. And do you think this exercise can be useful?
Yeah, definitely. I think any platform that allows and encourages participation of different stakeholders is good, and it's an excellent way
to sensibilize the European Commission over...
I think it's both ways, because when you have this kind of platform, it also, when people express themselves about an issue, it makes them more aware of the issue, and it gives them, it entices them to look into the issue a bit more and be more aware of what their rights might be and what changes need to be made, and so on and so forth. And sometimes if you don't have the platforms, it's difficult for people to come forward and say what they think. So having the platform, I think, is really an excellent way of moving forward in this direction, because it's such a complex issue with so many stakeholders.